All right, we're back here with a live look at the MLG main stage here in Dallas, Texas. Triggers down 5, Carbon 2. Carbon looking to extend the series, and Triggers down looking to repeat as Dallas champions here in MLG.
So here we go. It's time for game number 8. Triggers down looking to close this one out. Carbon looking just to take a game to get themselves back in it. Snipers, maulers, camos, and an oddball. Let's see who can hold it the longest. We're jumping on board with SK.
One shot at snipe, got him. Another one shot at snipe.
Top mid. Top mid.
One shot at snipe.
Is that a different one?
Yeah, another one. I got Naded top camo. One shot top goal. One shot top goal. Top mid. One shot top mid. Nice. Good.
No way.
Top blue. Spawn top blue. Top mid.
Snipe top blue. He's sitting over. Hold on.
Run S2. Top blue snipe. Top blue snipe. Blue and snipe. They got split. We got to hold snipe. Elbow.
One shot.
All right, and we need to welcome Sundance DiGiovanni, co-founder of MLG and all-around awesome guy. Sundance, welcome to the booth. Are you liking what we're seeing here in Dallas?
You know, Dallas has been a ridiculous event. Normally we get some surprises in Dallas, but you know what? I think that this may be one of the biggest surprises we've seen in a while, which is Carbon here in this championship match. Triggers down, I expected to be here. Carbon, no way I would have called it coming in. I thought maybe they were a wild card team. By that, I thought that, you know, hopefully they can finish top 8, have a good showing, you know what I mean? But this has just been crazy. They seem like maybe they're running out of gas a little bit, but also I don't want to take anything away from Triggers down, because Triggers down has played consistently. They have done just enough to win. They've dominated from time to time, but honestly, Triggers down looking like the team that we thought they were coming into this event.
Yeah, you got to give all kinds of props to Triggers down. The Dallas crowd not showing them any love at all, but they don't seem to mind. You know, they're just doing their thing and they're winning their games.
Look, you know, we've seen that before. Teams that are on the way up, maybe, you know, they don't get all the love from the crowd. But look over, I mean, look at Carbon. You got Walshy and Shockwave. Those two guys, huge fan favorites. You know, nobody hates on Defy too much other than the forum kids who say he plays WoW too much. And Naded, whose skill is just ridiculous. So Carbon's it's a re-energized franchise right now. That team, again, I was telling Scott earlier, the energy that they seem to be throwing off reminds me a lot of 06. But Triggers down, on the other hand, you know, maybe a little similar to a straight Rippin. They had to fight for their fans. Definitely a ton of skill there, a ton of ability there. And as Heinz said, you know, it was Straight's turn last time, it's our turn now. They win this, and they've been the most consistent team this season, finishing only 1st or 2nd all season.
And speaking of Heinz, how good has he been this tournament?
MVP,
He's in my running for MVP.
No, he is the MVP. I mean, not to take anything away from anybody else, I'd say Naded is Carbon's MVP, you know, but Heinz, another level. I thought he was good coming into this event. I think he's, you know, really developed his game. He's a multifaceted player. He's an objective guy who can slay, just total skill. And you know what? The other thing is, but then you look at Pistola. I mean, Pistola just had what would be the game of my life. And I'm talking about Heinz being the MVP. So that tells you that you're clicking like an all-star squad.
And you got to give Heinz props as well. I didn't know the kid could talk. He killed the interview with Julie, too.
Heinz and his dad, you know, we've known them for a while. Heinz's father right now is on cloud 9, proud of his boy because he's playing his heart out. And his team's, you know, doing very well here. But again, you know, Carbon, I'm still really proud of this Carbon squad. And I'm not going to count them out because every time I do, it seems like they come back. But, you know, if they can win this game, and maybe they catch fire, maybe the crowd gets back, you know, behind them. But I'll tell you what, just a really entertaining event for me. I've been very fortunate to watch it back down there in the control booth. But I just seen, you know, surprise after surprise. First it was Instinct looking flat against Triggers down yesterday, and Triggers down just doing enough to win. Carbon with the big wins yesterday. And today it looked like Straight was going to fight their way back, but Instinct stopped that. I mean, I never would have called this. And the top 8, you look at the top 8 placings. We have Dynasty at number 8, UTI 27th coming in at number 7. I mean,
Allen's first top 8 placing. Yeah, it's holding it down for the 703.
Dallas is just full of surprises.
Who said AMs can't make it far in the tourney?
And UTI played more Halo this weekend than anybody else. I mean, they started in the Open, they just played and played and played and played, and they, you know, they did all right.
We had 4 teams from amateur make top 16 in this event, correct?
I'd have to double check that. I'm not going to act like I know.
We'll talk to the commissioner later, but right now, Sonny, I really wanted to recap what happened so far in Dallas. How surprised are you by what happened to Straight Rippin? They were my favorites coming into this event, just by the way they played in Columbus. What do you think changed coming into Dallas?
I don't know. I mean, you know, what I'm hearing, what I saw was it just didn't look like Straight. You know, they just didn't seem like they were clicking. I think there's so much competition now. We had talked about having 4 powerhouse teams coming in, and that wasn't including Carbon in that mix. That was looking at Straight and TD, Instinct, and it's. Final Boss.
Yeah, we had Final Boss
we had them on our list too. Now, Final Boss, honestly, to me, played a really slow kind of like don't want to say boring, but too conservative style of Halo, and that left them in that position where they needed to win that final Team Slayer game, which they lost by a couple of kills. So I expected those 4 teams to challenge. I really expected to see Straight and TD playing here in the championship. But what ended up happening was Carbon destroyed Straight. I think that maybe started, Straight down that downward spiral where they weren't able to recover. Carbon doing just enough, to win the early games when they were struggling on Friday with finding their play style and getting their rhythm. Today, we've seen more outstanding play for them, but maybe a little more up and down than it was yesterday. But Triggers down again, slow and steady. Crowd can boo them all they want. These guys are in the driver's seat right now, up 5-2 against Carbon.
I'm just shocked that the crowd boos. I mean, this team's so flashy and there's so much slaying power on it. Like, why would you not just root for it?
I think it's because there's just so much love in the air right now for Shockwave. Everyone's so happy to see him back on top. And, of course, to see Walshy having a good tournament. It's been a while. It's been really since Toronto for me that I can really say that Walshy has been impressive.
I think, the thing about this Carbon squad is nobody, when people sleep on them, which happens all the time, they have that opportunity to come out and shock you. But even though we said that maybe they would surprise us, I don't think anybody expected them to surprise us this much.
No. Absolutely not. I would never have guessed that Carbon would be in the finals. And right now, they're actually sticking in this game pretty well. They're trading kills for Triggers down. Neither team really able to set up for the oddball for a huge amount of time. And I got to give props to Hines. Just picked up a double kill, and he realized that it's time for Triggers down to lock down the green room. They had a person over at Snipe. They had a person over at Camo. And they need to go for a big chunk of ball time because Carbon was spawning at blue.
Yeah, I just want to take a real quick moment here to thank a few fans who came by this weekend. We had the Fry family in the house, the twins, OG Ninja 1 and OG Ninja 2, their older brother, Dynamite Kid, and his friend D. Risby. We appreciate them coming by. Those are some special fans who made the trip out. This was a vacation for them. So if you guys are listening at home, God bless you. Thanks for checking us out, and we hope you enjoy those shirts, and we hope to see you again soon.
Man, Sundance and I are definitely looking forward to playing some matchmaking with you. You guys were awesome. Thanks for making the trip. And right now we're going to listen in with the Triggers Down squad for a bit. It looks like they are calm and collected. Meanwhile, on the other side of the stage, Carbon seeming to kind of become quiet.
Yeah, they need to get some energy, some fire. They're not out of this, but they need to start something soon or else they will be.
They lifted. Nice. S1. Nice play, dude.